Hi, I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. Welcome to another S-Files video. Recently I wrote in my Big Blue Report newsletter column, which is sent out free to subscribers twice a month, about whether or not the Supergirl TV series was either too political or too preachy. Now, I said in the column that I'll agree to some extent that, yeah, it's a little bit heavy-handed or, kind of full-on in the way that they approach the topics that they want to discuss, and things like prejudice and racism and xenophobia and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people have remarked that the Supergirl TV series is something that they can't watch anymore because they feel that the messages that are being projected by the show are too one-sided or too political. Now, Superman and Superman family of characters have always been proponents of social justice. Superman early on was known as the champion of the oppressed and has always been fighting for the small guy, has always been fighting against prejudice, has always been fighting against racism. They did many radio series episodes where Superman was against the clan of the Fiery Cross, otherwise kind of indicating the Ku Klux Klan. They've always been fighting against bigotry of one kind or another, so much so that even up to like 1948, they didn't have any products to promote, so their ads in between the breaks were all about prejudice, about fighting against bigotry, and about all these kinds of things. So I want to play one of the ads from a 1948 commercial break from the Superman radio series. Take a listen.
You know, boys and girls, the other day I dropped into a movie and saw a newsreel shot of warships on maneuvers, laying down a smoke screen. They were steaming along in a column, just as pretty as you please, when all of a sudden their smokestacks started spouting billows of thick black smoke. And before you knew it, they turned into that screen and disappeared completely from view. Seeing out of sight made them all the more dangerous and harder to find. While I was watching that, I suddenly had a thought. And it occurred to me that we've really got to be on the lookout for any enemy that fights us from behind a smoke screen. Like, for instance, the smoke screen of prejudice, which binds us so we can't tell friend from foe. So when you hear somebody tell you that one person is better than another just because of his race or religion or where his family came from originally, watch out. That's part of the smoke screen of prejudice. A smoke screen manufactured out of lies, deliberately designed to confuse and divide us. Now, gang, during the war, our Navy found a method for fighting smoke screen tactics. And that method was radar. No matter how black the smoke, how thick the screen, radar could always tell our men just where the enemy stood. In the fight against prejudice, we've got a powerful weapon to help us there, too. And that weapon is called reason. For with the help of reason, we can see through the heaviest lies. Remember, boys and girls, that when you're aimed with reason, you can always see the truth.
So as you can see, the commercial there is very much giving forth a message about tolerance and about not being racist, not being prejudiced against someone because of their religion, or prejudice against where their family might have originated from if they're immigrants. Now, it's very much similar to today, but you can replace things like sexual preference or gender bias, or you can talk about racism again, or religious freedoms as well. Very much a topic that's still prevalent today. So it's nothing different than what the Supergirl TV series is currently doing, and you can tell by their own commercial that they've just released recently on YouTube. Have a look.
We are open to all.
All choices, all orientations,
all lifestyles,
and all possibilities.
Because when we defy assumptions, change happens.
When we defy division,
hope happens.
When we defy judgment,
love happens.
We are open to all and defy anything that stands in our way.
So whether or not you agree with the messages they're putting forth, that's up to you. You've got your own opinions. You can be comfortable or not in what you believe, and that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to believe. But to say that you don't want to watch Supergirl because they're giving a message or they're putting forth a political view or a social justice view, well, that's been part of the Superman family of characters since the very beginning. So it's nothing new. I'm not placing any judgment here on anybody or anybody's beliefs, but it's still a message that's relevant today, and Superman and Supergirl are still the characters that can drive those messages. And personally, I think it's a good thing. Superman and Supergirl should be promoting tolerance.